What's going on YouTube? Gemini Jets 10 here, and welcome back to the channel. Coming at you guys today with another 1 to 400 scale unboxing. For us here, we have 9 new 1 to 400 scale models that I picked up on my recent trip to Las Vegas. 7 of these new models came from the airplane shop in Las Vegas. 2 of these new models, one of which I am super excited to have a look at, came from the DFW Employee store in Terminal C inside DFW Airport. Today is February 26th, 2024, Tuesday, February 26th. It's been a week since I got back from Vegas, exactly a week. Flew back last Tuesday. Flew out there for the long weekend for my brother's 21st birthday. So that was super fun. Got to spend Friday night with my grandparents. And then Saturday, my dad and my brother and the rest of our family all flew in, and we stayed downtown at Fremont. Made it over to the airplane shop on Saturday and picked up, again, 7 of these new models that we have before us. Spring is finally here in North Texas. We were at almost 80 degrees today, which is really nice. I'm super happy to be done with winter. 1 week ago today when I flew back, we had winter weather advisories, and it was icy here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. It was a total mess driving home from DFW Airport. I had to go to Love Field to pick up a couple of my other family members who flew Southwest. I flew American, which is the main airline that I prefer to fly. Let's not waste much more time. Let's jump right into this unboxing. Of these 9 new models, we got 2 new airlines, so we will dive into that as well. We're going to start here with the 2 models that we picked up from the DFW Employee store inside of Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. If y'all have the opportunity to fly through DFW Airport, I cannot recommend enough to swing by the DFW Employee store. It's located in Terminal C, pretty much right next to gate C1. The seating area actually pretty much looks right inside the front door of this shop. So it is past security, but guys, if you ever have the opportunity to go in there, I honestly could not believe that this particular model was there. It is, of course, the British Airways Boeing 777-200 with the USA ethnic tail. Flabbergasted is a real good word to describe what I thought when I first saw it. I just couldn't believe it. This is a 2006 release. The ethnic tail British Airways aircraft go for just crazy amounts of money because Gemini did a release of, I believe, every single individual British Airways aircraft that had one of the ethnic tails painted. So there was a lot of 747-400, a couple of 777s that had these ethnic tails. And I've never even seen these models at trade shows, and I've been to probably half a dozen trade shows since I really started going to them. Been to Airliners International twice and 3 iterations of the Dallas show, so I've been to 5 of them. I've never seen one of these, and I've never seen these in stores. I've seen them on eBay a couple times, but they always go for, $150, $160. So to have seen this guy for $119, I absolutely had to scoop that unit up. I'm going to continue to let the anticipation build there. We're going to start here real quick with the Breeze Airbus A220-300. Picked this unit up for $56.95 from the DFW Employee store. Models there are a bit pricey, but more pricier than I would prefer to pay, but it is, it's a local business is what I would consider. It's not owned by some corporation, so I love swinging in there and supporting the business. Nothing too crazy about this Breeze Airbus A220. I already have a Breeze A220-300, I believe. Added another one just mostly because Breeze is one of the new upstart airlines in the United States. We had 2 start up right around the same time, Breeze and Avelo. Breeze flies to a lot of really cool, unique destinations that the main carriers don't operate to. So, your Provo, Utah, your Providence, Rhode Island, just wild, weird destinations. Cheaper landing fees, less competition going in and out of those airports. So, wanted to pick another one up just to be able to have more aircraft basically on the model airport table, flying more routes. for that. Now for really honestly the star of this British Airways 777-200, the ethnic USA tail livery. Just a crazy cool model. It's in almost immaculate condition too for being a 2006 release. This is something that sat in somebody's glass display case in their house for several years, and then the owner likely sold it. I mean, it doesn't have any dust on it or anything. No paint wear. All the tires are there. This thing is basically in perfect condition for a 2006 release, and it's just so crazy cool. I'm so excited to add this unit to the collection. Definitely see this as one of those investment type models. It's something real cool, something I'm probably going to keep in the box inside of a glass display case just so it doesn't get damaged or screwed up. I see this unit go for, I think when I looked it up on eBay when I was standing there in the store, I saw a couple listings for, one was 130 and there was another for 160 for this particular model. So to pick it up for 120, no-brainer at the time. Definitely something that I would almost never see myself putting in an airport update, maybe just to spice it up. It's definitely something I more bought for myself than anything else. Let's jump into the models we got from the airplane shop. Got a lot of freighters just because they were ones that I didn't have. So we'll start off here with a pretty cool one, the Icelandair Cargo 767-300 freighter. This particular model that's in this box is the Blue Stripe livery. Icelandair 767 freighter. This is a JC Wings model, and something cool about the airplane shop is if y'all are ever in there and you ever see the JC Wings models without a paper price tag on them, so I'll show you on the other JC Wings aircraft we got. Price, they will pretty much set it. If I remember correctly, I think I picked this unit up for $35, so real cool addition, especially for the price. And although Icelandair is not a new airline to the collection, Icelandair Cargo, if you would consider that airline than regular Icelandair, then yes, this would be a new model. Just really cool to be able to pick that unit up and add it to the collection there. Next model we're going to have a look at here is the Discover Airlines Airbus A330-300. Discover is a leisure carrier, a part of the Lufthansa group, so you're going to see this airline flying to your Punta Cana, Mexico. Holy crap. Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, Cancun, Mexico, even Las Vegas, I believe. If it wasn't Discover, it was their predecessor, Eurowings Discover, that used to operate to Las Vegas. I'm not sure if Discover Airlines still does, but their main target is going to be leisure passengers who are just going on holiday. Usually economy, going to be real basic amenities that you have on board. It's mostly just something to get passengers there. So you could consider this, like a low-cost, long-haul carrier. Super cool to add a new airline. This Discover is a new airline for the collection. So really excited to be able to add them. Love adding new European carriers. It's just really cool to be able to add a new European airline. Next model we're going to have a look at, here's another freighter. It is the FedEx Boeing 777 freighter. The Boeing 777 freighter is based off of the 777-200LR, I believe. So this bad boy has a pretty decent range. 5,700 miles. So she can operate a very long distance. FedEx and UPS, I both consider hub airlines, if you want to call it that, hub airlines, for my model airports. So just really cool to add another FedEx aircraft, and it is a new piece of equipment for my FedEx fleet. So super happy to add that 777. I believe this was this was the recent release that they did of it. Let me verify here. Yeah, this is the 2024 release. So the updated 777 mold. Very, very nice job by Gemini Jets there. Super excited to add that unit to the collection. Jumping in here to the next model, we've got a new airline. It is the Saudia 787-10, again by JC Wings. Saudia is the national airline of Saudi Arabia. very rich oil state in the Middle East. What I was talking about with the paper price tags, so this guy was $50, paid all of that $50 for this particular model, but on that Iceland Air that we looked at, there was no paper price tag like that. So if y'all are ever in the airplane shop and you pick up one of them JC Wings models without that price tag, chances are you might be able to negotiate a pretty decent price on it. The first JC Wings model that I ever bought was last October when I went to Vegas. It was a Japan Airlines 7879, I believe. That was one of the ones where there was no paper price tag, and I believe I picked that one up for $40. So really a good deal on that. I have heard in the past, and I don't want to be quoted on this because I might be spreading misinformation here. I want to say the same parent company owns JC Wings and Gemini. Again, I could be very wrong about that, but their molds are very strikingly similar, nearly identical to Gemini molds. Just super duper happy to be able to add another new airline, and a Middle Eastern airline nonetheless, a Gulf state carrier. Saudia has a really gorgeous livery with the green going on there. Another brand new Dreamliner as well. Always love the Dreamliners. All right, the last three we're going to be ending off on are going to be freighters. Jumping in here, we have the Air China Boeing 747-400 freighter interactive series from Gemini Jets. This unit, I believe I grabbed from the defective models or damaged boxes bin there at the airplane shop. I believe I paid $30 for this unit. I always recommend inspecting models in store before you buy them, and when I was inspecting this one, I did not notice right off the bat anything wrong, major league wrong with this particular model. It had all of its antennas, all of the gear was intact, and it has all of the little tiny interactive pieces. So really, really happy to be able to add a new model to the collection for as cheap as I bought this unit for. Oh yeah, okay, that's right. There was a little bit of paint wear there on the closed cargo door. That was what was wrong with this unit. So let me see if I can possibly zoom in on that. Maybe able to see there the paint wearing off the top of that cargo door, right underneath the stripe there. So I can definitely live with that little bit of paint wear there on the top of the cargo door, just because if this unit is going to be displayed on the table, you know, in the at-gate configuration with all the doors open, that piece won't even be attached to the aircraft. And even then, it's very unnoticeable to the naked eye, and it was definitely worth the almost $30 discount on that unit. I mean, those interactive series aircraft go for stupid amounts of money. So super duper happy to add that particular unit. Jumping here into the second to last model, we've got the Atlas Air 747-8 freighter in the Kuhn-Nagel livery. I may very well be butchering that name. Kuhn-Nagel is a German logistics company, and they operate this, well, Atlas Air operates a 747-8 specifically for Kuhn-Nagel. So that is why this particular aircraft is painted in that special livery. This is a non-interactive series 747-8. If they had the interactive series of this particular aircraft in stock, I probably would have picked it up just because oh, you gotta be freaking kidding me. Okay, well, the engine broke off. That's really neat. What the heck, dude? I checked all of these in the store. Maybe this one I didn't check. Clearly, I didn't check. I would not have bought that if the engine had broke off. So, there you go, guys. That's what a Gemini 747 engine looks like, in case anybody was curious. That's really cool. As I was saying, that's a little too interactive, if you ask me. I would have picked up this unit in the interactive series if they had it, but these non-interactive models are relatively cheaper. I don't want to say a lot cheaper, but maybe $10 or $15 cheaper than their interactive counterparts. So super happy to add that, and the fact that that happened devalues this incredibly. The good thing is this part did not snap, because if the engine pylon had snapped, this thing would have been borderline impossible to fix. I have a Hawaiian A330 that has the engine pylon snapped, and I can't tell you how many times I have to freaking re-glue the engine onto that thing. It's stupid. So that disappoints the heck out of me. But unfortunately, as all of my fellow collectors out there know, if y'all are watching this video, I'm sure you at least have, at the very least, looked at these models in the past. We all know they come broken sometimes. It really, really frickin' sucks, but it is what it is. That's why I have a real high quality model glue to be able to fix that, because it happens a lot more often than I would like to see. Jumping here into the 9th and final model of this unboxing, it is the Atlas Air 747-8 in the Apex Logistics livery interactive series, the last 747 ever built. So this particular aircraft, November 863 Golf Tango, was the last 747-8 airframe built. It was delivered to Atlas Air, I want to say 2 years ago in 2023. It is painted in this special Apex Logistics livery. Atlas Air operates this 747 on behalf of Apex Logistics. Apex is I want to say they're North American-based logistics company. You know, they deal with ground freight, sea freight, air freight, in particular air freight. And really, really happy to be able to add this particular model myself, as I'm sure a lot of Avgeeks out there can agree. The 747 is probably one of my, well, it is my personal favorite aircraft in the skies. And again, I'm sure a lot of Avgeeks can second me on that opinion, that the 747 is their favorite. So to be able to have the model of the last 747 that we will ever see produced, more than likely ever see produced in our lifetime. Holy crap, I thought that was a part that just broke off. Ooh, boy. As I was saying, to be able to have the model of the last 747 that we will likely ever see produced in our lifetime, again, of course, there is always a chance that somebody could revive the 747 program, but aircraft engines are becoming more efficient, and the regulations on overseas travel for dual-engine aircraft is getting a lot more lenient because of better engine technology. So super duper excited to be able to add this particular aircraft to the collection. Again, the 747, it's going to be around for the majority of the rest of my lifetime, but my children, they will see the end of the 747. There's probably a pretty damn good chance that I'll see the end of the 747. I'm 22 years old, so assuming we'll see these birds operating for the next 30 years realistically. Of course, you're going to have somebody who will probably operate it well after that. We still have people out there operating 727 freighters. The days of four-engine aircraft being produced new, unfortunately, are coming to an end. And these quad birds, they are just so cool to see. Really super excited to add this. For those of you who do not know, these interactive series aircraft from Gemini Jets, all of the doors, the freighter doors, open on these. So, as you can see, that little door right there is going to come out. This little door is going to come out. And then the baggage doors on the opposite side of the aircraft, both of those are going to come out. And then inside of the box, so as you can see, you know, they come off. These are just little plastic pieces, so they're not going to be chrome. They're not going to be die cast like the rest of the model is. But inside of the box, they're going to include little pieces so that you can display the aircraft in a doors open configuration. So here is the nose cone, for example. It's got two little holes there on the front. You can see they're right diagonally below the cockpit windows, those two little holes. These little pins will slip into those two little holes.
If I can do it properly. What am I screwing up here?
So if we set that unit down, you can see with that piece slipped in there, the nose cone is open. Just allows for a little bit better diorama displays, both on model airport tables and in display cases. Adds a little more realism to the airport for these aircraft to be sitting there with the doors open. The one downside is these pieces, they are A, really fragile, and B, very easy to lose. I thankfully, knock on wood, have not yet lost any of the Interactive Series pieces of any of my Interactive Series models. And again, you can see I'm having a really difficult time slipping that bad boy in there. So they're really difficult to get into place. They're very fragile, so if you break them, you're pretty much screwed. The only other downside is when you have them displayed in a doors closed configuration, it's very obvious that piece there. And the other problem is, because this is metal and it reflects the light a lot better than this, it looks almost like it's two totally different colors. Just because, of course, the metal is going to reflect the light a lot better than that plastic. So that is really the only downside to these guys, is the fragile tiny pieces and the fact that they look, they show up horribly on camera, let's just say that. So there is a bit more of an appeal to getting a non-interactive series. I mean, these are both 747-8s. Identical model aircraft, both Atlas Air, so you're going to have the same white color across the board, but obviously you can tell that nose piece on that Interactive Series stands out pretty good, whereas you can still see the lines that are painted on there for the nose cone. You can still make that out, but it's just a lot more obvious, of course, on these Interactive Series aircraft, because that's a whole piece that can slip right out. It also allows for a lot of paint chipping and cracking around those sharp curves, which obviously you can see there is making itself shown. So there's definitely an appeal to getting the non-interactive series aircrafts over the interactive series ones. But nevertheless, super happy to be able to add that Atlas Air 747-8 freighter in the Apex Logistics livery to the collection. This, of course, being the last 747 ever built. I'd like to thank everybody so much for tuning in to this video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like. If y'all want to see more unboxing videos like this, airport updates, model reviews, trip reports, plane spotting videos, please be sure to subscribe. And if you guys have any beautiful words to say, I would love to hear what they are in the comments. All of the models here between the two purchases at the DFW Employee store and the airplane shop, I believe we dropped 200 in the DFW Employee store. It may have been closer to 189 with tax. And then the purchase at the airplane shop was 450 and a little bit of change. So just to give you all an idea of the prices, I like to be very open about the prices of these models, just because when I was getting into collecting and first watching people on YouTube, very, very few people spoke about the prices of the models. So that is why I am always so open about the costs, to give my new model collectors out there an idea of what's going to cost to get into this hobby. It's not cheap, but it is worth it if you can keep the models in good shape. Very good investment. They hold their value very well, even just sitting on a shelf. So again, thank y'all so very much for watching 9 brand new models added to the collection in this video. Shouldn't be too much longer until we've got both of the model airports set back up. I am really excited to build this new Austin Zeppelin layout that I have in mind, using the new Gemini Jets terminal. I'm seriously excited also to finally finish the permanent layout for Springfield Branson. So I honestly can't say enough how stoked I am to be able to bring these airport updates to y'all, to bring these model reviews, to bring these unboxings. Thank y'all as always for always tuning in, liking the video, commenting. I love each and every one of you out there. Big things are coming to the channel, guys, so make sure to subscribe. You will not want to miss what is coming up on the channel. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you'll have a wonderful day. Gemini out.